It is more sports. Hope you had a great Easter weekend and ready to go back at it another week. Busy week. Got the national championship game tonight. We'll hit on that a little bit later. I'll give you my pick, who I think is going to win it all tonight. Michigan versus UConn. Check the line on that. Get the very latest line from Bet Saracen, so we can hit on that later in the show. Also, this week, you got the portal opening up tomorrow, and that's the big news of the day. Arkansas has another player hitting the portal, DJ Wagner. According to On3 Sports, will enter the portal tomorrow. I'll give you my thoughts on that coming up. And later tonight, we have an interview with Sutton Smith, thanks to our friends at at Choose Arkansas. My mistake. There's our logo right there. Big thanks to Choose Arkansas for helping to set up the interview with Sutton Smith. Check out Choose Arkansas. See if it's right for you. See if it's right for your business. They're doing a lot for Arkansas athletes, not just Razorbacks, but athletes all over the state. But check out Choose Arkansas. And again, big thanks to them for helping me with Sutton Smith. Let's talk a little bit about DJ Wagner and the portal. I think that's the biggest news of the day. Dave Van Horn did have the Swatters Club meeting today. The big news everybody wants to talk about is the pitching plans, the pitching rotation. Nothing was let out today. Coach said they're going to talk about it, see how the game goes against Little Rock Tuesday, and then decide as a staff who they want to pitch throughout the weekend. I think Hunter Dietz is a no-brainer for Friday against Alabama, but game 2, game 3, man, I have no idea. I don't know what they're going to do and who they're going to turn to, but Gabe Gackle starting right now doesn't look like an option. Do they give him one more shot? Maybe, because Colin Fisher struggles. I don't see Colin Fisher pitching again. So they got really 2 holes in the starting rotation to fix, plus the bullpen hasn't been good, plus they're not hitting the ball well, and that's why they've lost 5 of 6 SEC games. And now they go and face Alabama. Then Georgia comes to Fayetteville. That's your first-place team, Georgia, and your third-place team, Alabama. It's a bad time to be playing bad in the SEC. And that's what the SEC does to you, man. They chew you up and spit you out if you're not playing well, and Arkansas is definitely not playing well right now. There's some of the facts and figures on the ticker, brought to you by Centennial Bank. When I think Centennial Bank, I think strength and consistency and teamwork. They've been doing it for a long time. It's a no-brainer, right? That's why Centennial Bank's a part of more sports, because they love sports. They love local sports. Heck, they were down there they sponsor all the high school state championship games, whether it's football, basketball, but they know what sports means to a community. For generations, Arkansans have relied on Centennial Bank for steady guidance, local decision-making, and financial solutions that stand the test of time. From personal banking to business and home loans, Centennial Bank is built on relationships that last. Discover the strength of a bank that believes trust is earned every day. Visit my100bank.com or stop by your local Centennial Bank, member FDIC. If you're thinking about home security or security for your business, check out A-Plus Alarm and Security Services. I've been using them for more than 20 years. They installed my camera system and my alarm system. Never one problem. Reliable protection you can count on. A-Plus truly is the key to peace of mind. Call them at 851-7587 or visit them at aplusalarm.net today. All right, DJ Wagner going into the portal. I got to admit, when I first saw the news this afternoon, I was a little surprised. Now with the portal these days, you can never be too shocked, have your mind blown, because players, they want that chance to play or make more money. I don't know what the case is with DJ Wagner. I got to think it's more playing time. My whole thinking when setting up this roster for next season, and you got the 3 jewels, the 3 freshmen coming in with Jordan Smith Jr., with J.J. Andrews, and Abdu Torre. Well, J.J. and Abdu are wings, 6'7", 6'6" guys, very athletic. They're your prototypical wings. Jordan Smith is more of a 2 guard. He's a combo guard, listed as a combo guard. If you watch him play, you watch the McDonald's All-Star Game or the Nike brand All-Star Game coming up, he plays a lot off the ball. Even in the McDonald's All-American game, he wasn't running point a lot. He was going down without the ball, getting to the offense. Then he would get the ball and penetrate. He's a guy that likes to penetrate. He can shoot the three. I thought it was under my belief Jordan Smith was going to be a two guard, and they would need a point guard. And I thought that was perfect. In my mind, I'm seeing DJ Wagner back for another year at point guard, running more point, not having to worry about Darius Acuff. He would be the point guard, and that would leave Jordan Smith over at the two. Now, this tells me they don't see Jordan Smith as a two. They see him as a point guard, and he's going to have the ball in his hands. They're going to work with him and develop his point guard skills, and it makes sense. In the NBA, Jordan Smith is going to be a point guard. He needs to be playing a point in college. He needs to show the college or the NBA scouts, NBA executives, that he can play the point guard. So I think that's probably the selling point. He's going to come to Arkansas and play the point. DJ Wagner's told that. He doesn't want to sit around for his fourth year being the backup point guard, a similar situation that he was in this year, the year before with Boogie Flan, and then Boogie gets hurt. DJ got to play more point. So I don't think he wants to sit around and be second fiddle, second string point guard. He wants to go where he can play and be the guy. And look, with NIL now, some teams, and I said this with Carter Knox, all it takes is one team that values your player more than you do. They put out an offer, and it's an offer that player can't refuse. Could be the same with DJ Wagner. There's a team out there that desperately needs a point guard, and they want DJ to come in and run point for them. And so they value him a little bit more, see him as a starter, see him with starter minutes and getting more shots and running the team. And Arkansas doesn't see that. And so that may be another reason why DJ's on his way somewhere else. According to On3 Sports, entering the portal tomorrow. We'll find out for sure when the portal opens if these players truly are going into the portal. But with the national guys reporting it, I firmly believe DJ Wagner is going to be in the portal. And now Arkansas wasn't caught off guard by this. They have plans. It just means that Arkansas may be looking for a point guard with some experience in the portal, somebody that can relieve some of the pressure from Jordan Smith. Can't just have one point guard on the team. I know if Billy Richmond comes back, he can play a little point guard for you in a pinch and give you a couple minutes here or there rest for Jordan Smith. But I could see Arkansas in the market for a point guard. I don't think they're going to go out and get the best point guard in the country. Not the number one coveted point guard. I think that money is for big guys. They want to go out and get several quality big guys to add to this team with what they already have. But if the reports are right, Carter Knox gone, DJ Wagner gone, that just leaves capable of coming back that played meaningful minutes last year. I know we got Isaiah Sealy out here, and I think he'll be more of a contributor in year two. But guys who played in that 7-8 man rotation with those two gone, and with Brazil and Nick Pringle gone due to eligibility, you got Malik Ewan, who I think will test at least the NBA waters, probably declare for the draft and see, what the NBA has to say. Then I see him coming back. Then you have Billy Richmond, wait and see. I expect him to enter the NBA draft, go test the draft waters. Maybe he comes back. And the same with Malik Thomas. Test the waters, see what the NBA says. If he doesn't get good feedback, maybe Malik Thomas comes back. But that's all you have right now. The possibility of those three coming back to create that foundation for Razorback basketball next season. It's going to be a different team, but we already knew that with the big guys coming in, the three new freshmen that are coming in. It was just, we thought there was a potential, the possibility of Carter Knox, the possibility of DJ Wagner coming back. And today it's reported both are gone in the portal. All right. Well, I want to talk a little spring football. Sutton Smith joined me earlier to talk about the practices so far and how things are going. We highlighted some of the players. Good interview. Sutton's always great. Love the interview with Sutton Smith. So stick around for that, and we'll come back and talk some NCAA basketball. Championship game tonight. Who do you got? I'll tell you who I have when we come back.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.
All right, let's bring in Sutton Smith, Razorback running back. Got a couple of practices in. First of all, welcome into the show, Sutton. How are you?
Man, doing good. Appreciate you having me again.
Yeah, you bet. So, all right, give me your thoughts. What we got? 5 practices down or so. How's it going?
Yeah, man, it's going good. Fun, great work. Good seeing all the guys fly around. It's good to see all the I'm new to the program, so it's good seeing all the returning and the new guys play, seeing what they can do on the field, not just shorts and t-shirts, and just building the chemistry with the guys and just just being all in and being on my feet all every day. It's been fun.
How do you think the install is going for the offense and defense?
Uh Man, it's going good. It seems like the players are liking Kremsi's philosophy and his scheme. I see everybody getting better every day. I see everybody, all the coaches. We do a lot of meetings and just what all the coaches go over in the meetings. I see that coming to life on the field. I feel like I like Coach Ron Roberts on defense as well. And he's getting those guys. He's getting those guys ready to go. So it's been a lot of competition, man. And that's just what you want, and that's what you can ask for, and that's what gets you prepared.
We'll get back to spring practice in a second, but I'm thinking about it right now. I don't want to forget about it. But we heard from AJ Hill earlier this week, and he kept talking about throwing some. Sometimes you just got to have a check down to the running back out of the backfield. Just use those URLs. What is the URL?
Oh, it's URA. I mean UAR underneath
UAR.
available receiving. UAR. Yeah, my fault. So
And
yeah,
it
that's
stands
just what it is. Just us at running back. We pride ourselves in protection, but when the O line has everything blocked up, we want to make sure we get out on our routes, and just being get open late. Just in case the quarterback, just being a receiver available for him to throw too late, if he's in trouble. So we just pride ourselves on getting open. One-on-one matchups with a linebacker, we supposed to win every time. So that's what it is. Yes, sir. And then our offense uses the back end of passing game a lot too. So yeah,
underneath alternate route.
underneath available receiver.
See, I'm
Yeah.
glad you corrected me. I still got it wrong. Underneath available receiver. Okay. I never heard that term before. And so I was like, I got to ask somebody what the UAR is.
Oh yeah, I got you for sure. Yeah.
Well, that is, and he talked about that. Sometimes, instead of throwing it way down the field, deep ball, you can just check down to the back because our backs make one guy tackle and they could pick up the same amount of yards underneath that UAR.
Yes, sir. That's important. It's an important part of our offense.
All right, give me some guys on offense. Who has kind of struck you as like, okay, this guy can play on offense?
Yeah, man. I like the quarterbacks, of course, AJ, KJ, Braden. And then I like the running backs too. Man, I can say all the names. I can say every name in the running back room. I really like Braylon. I really like Cam Settles. Um, yeah, Cam Settles got a little wiggle to him. I like some of the receivers like Crutch, CJ Marshall. Wait, no, I'm tripping. Chris Marshall, CJ Brown, Jamari, Ish, Antonio Jordan. Man, this list goes on. It's just good being around, a lot of talented players, man. A lot of guys show flashes every day. You see all the competition out there, and then you got guys on defense too. I go against guys like just B Shaw every day, Quay, Kamari House, Christian Harrison, Hunter Osborne, Quincy. Those are just some names off the top of my head, man. That I feel like they can play a lot of reps for us and snaps for us.
Is there a position group on defense that stands out to you?
I feel like we got a lot of depth in the DB room. I feel like we got a lot of depth in the DB room. I feel like those guys can. Yeah, I feel like we got some good DBs. I feel like we got not gonna say too much, but I feel like we got some good DBs.
Well, if they have some good DBs, you just talked about all the wide receivers. That has to be some pretty good competition every single practice.
Yeah, and that's what we need, man. That's what we need. I'm not gonna lie, that's what we need. So it's fun seeing those guys go at it, man. And just that's what you need every day to get better. And iron sharpens iron. And it's good that you can practice gets that a lot because you're gonna be seeing those type of guys in the game. So
the key to your success is going to be a lot in the hands of the offensive line. Not a whole lot we haven't heard from the offensive line coach. I'm sure that's coming up next week or the next. But what have you seen out of the
Yeah,
offensive line early in spring practice?
yeah, I'm tripping. That's my favorite group on the offense. I'm tripping. I actually gave Kobe, you know, I scored a touchdown, gave him the ball to Spike. So man, yeah, man, the offensive line, I love the offensive line. I'm not gonna lie, I got some big guys in the interior, guys working at tackle too. So very excited about the offensive line. Already seeing their progression early on. Just what we 5 practices in, so already seeing those guys, get better each and every single day, and they got a lot of grit to them. Like Coach Myers, the offensive line coach, really got those guys in tune with the scheme. And love the center Kittler, tough guy, gritty guy. So Silverfield's an O line guy too. So man, I know that would be that's the most important piece of our offense, and I feel like we got some depth there as well.
You've been through several spring practices with Coach Silverfield at Memphis. How does this spring practice compare to others?
I'm not gonna lie, it's different. He's just different. He's switching stuff up for sure. He's switching stuff up for sure. Guys always ask me like, did he do this at Memphis? I'd be like, nah, he taking it up another level. So I'm gonna say that for sure. He coming with the intensity that I love.
I wonder with Cramsey, is this offense similar from Memphis, or is there some different wrinkles at Arkansas?
Uh, it's similar. Like he sticks to his philosophy and whatnot, but he also knows changes he needs to make because of the personnel. Different type of opponents will play, but he's sticking to what he's sticking to his bread and butter. But he's just offers mind. Like he'll make it work with the personnel that we have, and so yeah, he is definitely some wrinkles in there that that he knows that he needs to that he's already doing for sure.
I noticed during the practice videos that all you guys are wearing the Guardian caps. What do you think
Yeah,
of those?
I think it's cool because yeah, I know it's my first time wearing them. So yeah, I haven't really felt a hit to the head all spring, which is weird. I just figured that out, and I'll probably be faster when you take it off too. So yeah, but I think it's cool. It's a good invention. It's good for practice. You want to practice like professional, and just take it off at the right time.
Is it heavy?
I don't think so. I don't know. It might be a little like you would feel like a little more weight on your head. But it's cool though. It don't really slow you down too much.
Yeah, it's really the first time the Arkansas that everybody, from time to time, someone who hadn't had head injury would be wearing one of those, but I don't remember the entire team wearing them.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't wear them last year either, so that's a good step for the football program for sure. Cause I see a lot of schools around the country wearing them
Yeah, well, I mean, safety first, and if you can
for
avoid
sure.
a concussion in practice, and that makes you available, that's what you need. You need
Exactly.
everybody available.
Exactly. Exactly. For sure.
How was your spring break?
Oh, spring break was very well. Got a chance to see a lot of family and friends. Um, take a couple days off, reset my body, but also, had to get in the lab a little bit and just craft a little bit, work on some things. So yeah, so it was well needed.
Yeah, I saw on social media you tweeted out a video. You were working with somebody during spring break. I thought that was cool that you were still trying to sharpen up some of your skills. What were you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just important for me going on my last year. He worked with a lot of good backs around the country. A lot of backs you and the fans probably know. But I was just working on just my footwork, my timing, you know, getting getting in and out of my breaks, getting from point A to point B faster because um SEC man, it's it's probably one of the fastest leagues, the fastest league. So, I gotta make sure I'm on my A game week in, week out.
Have you gotten moved into Fayetteville, kind of enjoy the town, gotten to know the town?
Yeah, yeah, I have. I got settled in not too long ago. Trying out new places to go, new restaurants, finding out different things to do. Um, so I've tried some new things out here. and I'm just very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. Um,
What's your favorite place
so
to go eat?
that's a good question, man. I don't want to be lame and say Roof Chris. I'll say Chicken Heads. I think it's in like Rogers though. It's up on the highway. If y'all heard of it. So yeah,
Anything you want to do up in Fayetteville that you haven't done yet?
game day.
It's a good answer. What about the rest of spring ball? What's your plan for spring?
To continue to be a leader, to continue to grow, to continue to bring other guys along, to continue to push the and represent just what the program is all about, and where the front end name the one of the where the name on the back of my jersey with pride. Excuse me there, and the name on the front and on the back of my jersey with pride, and yeah, keep helping the running back room grow every day, and just making my presence felt every day, and inspiring, motivating my teammates.
I was wondering how much are you able to help the guys in the running back room with the offense because you're a little bit more familiar with it?
Yeah, I try to for sure, especially the younger guys. I try to just give them little nuggets here and there just to help them. We go over the plays the night before, so just staying prepared, and they're getting it as practices keep going. It's a process, so that's why there is spring football. So yeah, I'm grateful I could be able to help anybody who asks out, and we
How
got a
about those
great
young
position
guys?
coach. Yeah, we got a great position coach, Coach Jack. So he's on those young guys, just getting them better. He's pushing them out their comfort zone, and man, they're gonna have a bright future. And we got a great coach, so he brings the room together. He knows how to teach, and how to help those guys learn.
That was my next question. Now, the young guys, who's the future of Razorbacks and running back at that position?
And future, TJ Hodges, he gonna be one of them ones. He's gonna be really good. Markeelan Baton's good too, and if I don't know if Cam considered a young guy still too, but him, I like him a lot too.
Redshirt freshman, or no, I guess he'll be a sophomore. He played last
Yeah,
year, so
yeah, I know. He's good.
I'd say he's still a young guy. He's only got 1 year under his
Okay.
belt.
Hey, bet. Jasper too. Jasper Parker from Michigan. I
Yeah,
believe
we
in I
haven't.
believe in all of them.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jasper yet. What's he bring to the table?
Man, he's a really balanced back. Like, he got the speed, but he has the power as well. Big guy. Can catch out of the backfield. Can finish going downhill. Or can, get to the outside, get a couple yards. Um, he only been in college 1 year, but you can see the maturity in him already, especially coming from a program like Michigan. So
Mhm.
thankful to have him in the room, and he'll contribute this year.
Well, Sutton, it was great to catch back up with you after spring break, and I
Yes, sir.
appreciate your time. We'll catch up with you next week and talk a little bit more about how spring practice is going. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you to everybody who watched too, and appreciate you having me.
Strength isn't built by chance. It's built step by step, choice by choice. At Centennial Bank, we believe it's the everyday actions, done with care, done consistently, that lay the foundation for something greater. That's how we build trust. That's how we build strength. Let us help you create a strong financial game plan. When we work together, we win together. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Look, I know I'm biased because I've interviewed Sutton Smith several times now. I guess the first time was after he committed, now 3 times during spring break or spring football. But I think he's in store for a big year. I really do. It's, he talks about this being his last year. I think the combo of Braylon Russell and Sutton Smith, they're going to be a good SEC tandem, kind of a speed and lightning, thunder and lightning. You got the power of Braylon Russell, the speed of Sutton Smith. I think he's going to have a good year. I'm excited to watch him play. Again, I know I'm biased. gotten to like this young man. He's full of charisma and personality, and I wish nothing but the best. But I do. I think the speed in this offense, knowing this offense, and something to prove in the SEC. And he talked about this, and if you haven't seen it, go back and watch some of those Sutton Smith interviews. He talks about the pride of wearing number 5 and being like, knowing what it means to wear 5 because of Darren McFadden, how great he was. But he also talks about the pride of being in the SEC, and this is what he's always wanted to do, is compete in the SEC and to be able to show everybody that he is an SEC back, that chip on his shoulder. I think Sutton's going to have a good year. Let's talk about the NCAA championship game real quick. Over on Bet Saracen right now, Connecticut is a 6.5 point underdog. Michigan favored by 6.5. Over under tonight is 146. I thought, after watching Michigan, I was like, they're like the UConn team of a couple of years ago that just blew everybody out in the SEC tournament, won every game by double digits. I said to myself, that's Michigan. Michigan's like that UConn team. They're going to win this game by double digits. I thought when the line came out, it would be 7. It was exactly 7. And I felt good. I was like, I'm taking Michigan and giving the points. I think they're going to win by 10. Then I start looking into UConn and their defense, how they've stepped up their defense in the last month. It's pretty incredible. They gave up 83 points in a conference game. I think it was against Creighton. And since then, that message must have got home. They were like, they listened to Hurley finally. If we're going to win, if we're going to have a chance, you got to play defense. And now that's what they're doing, man. They get after teams. Duke scored 72 in the SEC tournament. One other team scored 72 against them. That's the most points they've given up in like a month. And something's got to give tonight. Michigan's been scoring 90 points, over 90 or more every single game in the NCAA tournament. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the NCAA. Tonight they're playing a really good defense. What gives? I think Michigan still, because Michigan can play defense too. I mean, Michigan D'd up Arizona. Arizona couldn't get anything going. They're so big, but they're quick. They're physical. They know how to play good team defense, good help defense. I think it is 2 good defenses, and I do believe Michigan wins this game. And I am going to go ahead and put Michigan to cover by 6.5. I was much more optimistic Saturday night. I saw some changes. I was making sure, but it was just the odds were changing. Still 6.5. But I'm going Michigan minus the 6.5. Over under. That one I'm not touching tonight. I thought about betting team total over for Michigan. It was at 76.5. But when I saw that stat, I mean, it's going to be tough. They could get into the 80s, but I'm not as positive. I may lay a little something to Michigan for Michigan to score over 76.5 points, but I like Michigan minus 6.5 tonight. Hey, if you want to get in on the action, you're not on Bet Saracen. For new members right now, scan that QR code. Use the promo code WEST250. When you bet 25, you get $250 in bonus cash. So right now, you could sign up, scan that QR code. It takes no time. Enter the promo code WEST250. Put 25 on Michigan to win by 6.5, and you're going to get, hopefully, your money. You're going to win that money, and then you'll get $250 in bonus cash. It's a great way to get signed up, get involved at Bet Saracen if you haven't done so already. Hope you like this video. Hit the like button on YouTube. Go subscribe on YouTube. Had a lot of people subscribing over the weekend. Got some great content coming this week. Tay Lockett, Lock It In with Tay Lockett. We'll have him on this week. We'll have the high school baseball team of the week, the high school baseball player of the week. Kevin Bohannon will join us, talk a little baseball. Hopefully the Diamond Hogs get things corrected, turn things around, and head to Alabama. Back against the wall. Need to take that series against Alabama before coming back home and playing Georgia, who's in first place of the SEC. That's going to do it for tonight. Glad you came and watched tonight on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the game, or if you watch this after the game, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got and I hope I was right that Michigan covered, but it was fun. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back here tomorrow night for more sports.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.